Emma Willard photo story by Liliana Jaime and Angela Cuellar. Emma Willard was born on February 23, 1787 in Berlin, Connecticut. She was the 16th of 17 children. She was the daughter of a farmer who encouraged her to become a teacher.
Her father encouraged her natural abilities discussed with her philosophy and politics, and ultimately took part in Emma's determination to change the face of education.
Reading aloud with her parents, she became a voracious reader of books that she borrowed from a nearby village library. She began studying at the Berlin Academy under the tutelage of Thomas Miner, a graduate of Yale and the Academy's founder. It was a turning point in her life. During this time, it was considered ridiculous for women to get higher education. Despite this, Emma enrolled in a local school at the age of 15. Emma Willard was a vocal supporter of female education and strove tremendously for the equal rights of women. In the spring of 1807, she became an assistant at the Academy in Westfield, Massachusetts. That summer, she was named preceptress of the female half of the Academy in Middlebury, Vermont. This was solemnly the beginning of her success. In 1809, she married a town physician, Dr. John Willard, a widower with 4 children. A year later, Emma and John Willard's only child, John Hart Willard, was born. Although he supported her passion for learning, it was not acceptable for married women to be teachers. As a result, Emma left her career to care for the 5 children. But while doing this, Willard continued her education by studying the college books of a male relative who boarded with the family. In 1812, the bank at which her husband was a director was robbed. No insurance systems yet existed, and the family went bankrupt. Because the family needed income, Willard opened a school in her Middlebury home. Despite this, its beginning was sufficiently rocky, so the family moved on to Waterford, New York, and finally to Troy, New York, where Emma would ultimately become famous.
Emma's goal was to improve girls' schools and teach girls typically male subjects, such as mathematics and philosophy. Emma succeeded.
Emma Willard presented a pamphlet to the New York legislature and also sent it to some of the most important men in the country, which included Thomas Jefferson and John Adams.
Many people responded with shock, but with the encouragement of many others. She opened her own Middlebury Female Seminary in 1814 to provide advanced education that young women were denied by colleges.
It was the first school in the United States to offer higher education for women. In 1821, Emma Willard started her own school in Troy, New York. It was a well-known and respected institution, and most of its students came from families of means.
The school succeeded and taught subjects such as mathematics, philosophy, geography, history, and science.
Within a year, 90 women enrolled in Troy. This showed how the determination of one woman could inspire so many others. Here is a picture of a young student visiting the campus during construction.
Although only girls from the wealthiest families enrolled in the school, initially they experienced curriculum undoubtedly more advanced than some boys' schools.
Granting all this, things took a sudden turn when Willard's husband passed away in 1825, leaving her with the responsibility of raising their son and operating the Troy Female Seminary alone. She later remarried Dr. Christopher Yates in 1838, but was granted a divorce from him in 1843. This marriage only lasted 9 months. Yates was only interested in her money and was abusive. What did she do that was noteworthy?
Emma Willard strongly believed that women had the same equal opportunities as men do.
Today, women perform much better in academics because of the women's rights movement presented by Emma Willard.
She did not agree with the American society of not allowing women to learn the same material as men.
To prepare herself to teach, she tried to take classes at Middlebury College. Not surprisingly, the college denied her entry because of her sex. Evidently, this only triggered Emma Willard to fight for her women's rights even more. She did not give up.
Instead, she was forced to remedy the situation through a combination of self-instruction and tutoring from sympathetic friends. Emma Willard influenced the nation to be more flexible with women's rights.
Emma not only ran a school, but also wrote textbooks for her students that received great reviews. Not only did Emma impact several women, she also helped female educators pursue their dream. Genuine learning has ever been said to give polish to man. Why then should it not bestow added charm on women? Emma Willard. Here is a monumental statue of Emma Willard at Troy, New York. In 1838, Emma handed over leadership of the school to her son. After that, she then traveled, lectured, and wrote extensively about education. Unlike Mary Lyons Mount, Holyoke, it never became a college, but continues to flourish today as a boarding prep school for girls on a beautiful campus in Troy, New York. Emma Willard's 1819 work on behalf of female education remains one of the founding documents of American women's history. Emma Willard died in 1870, but she continues to affect the lives of women until this day and is a great inspiration to women throughout the world. Leaving behind her legacy of Troy Seminary, the Emma Willard School was renamed on the 25th anniversary.